Right now, I'd like you to think of 3 people who mean the most to you. The 3 people who love you and whom you love dearly with all your heart. The 3 people who make your life worth living. Now, please forgive me as I share a horrifying truth with you. One of the 3 people you are thinking about right now, and quite possibly you, are affected by a condition that steals life right out from underneath you. Years, even decades earlier than even fate would have it. Uprooting families by the millions, and often leaving doctors scratching their heads. This condition, until recently, had scientists stunned. No one believed that it could spread so quickly, that the genes that caused it would mutate so rapidly, only to later be passed down your own bloodline into your children's blood, and into their children's blood. Yet the numbers do not lie. After I lost a dear companion to this wretched but preventable condition, something that still haunts me to this very day, I vowed to dedicate as many years of my life as necessary to discover the solution, one that could help others avoid my own personal nightmare. And along the way, I was met with one pharmaceutical roadblock after another. You will simply be in awe of how greed and corruption has allowed this condition to spread. It's a story I'll share with you later. Now, this condition comes in many forms, and it has many names. Some diseases cause it, and sometimes it's found in seemingly healthy individuals. Here at the Institute of Longevity, we refer to this chemical serial killer as toxic blood. Toxic blood is a combination of conditions that turns your blood into a thick, dark sludge. Your blood becomes syrupy and polluted, a literal sewage dump for toxins, fats that cause plaque buildup in your heart and brain, and dying blood cells. All your cells die without oxygen, and toxic blood is an oxygen thief. It slowly suffocates the life out of billions of cells in your body, until eventually it suffocates you. You may now ask, how do I know if I have toxic blood? Many diseases contribute to it, yet no one disease is the sole cause. And unfortunately, most traditional medicines treat the symptoms rather than the cause of toxic blood. So you can get an A-OK from that friendly nurse at your doctor's office, only to have toxic blood continue its warpath all the way to your eventual collapse. If you have ever or are currently experiencing any of the following conditions or problems: poor circulation, especially tingling or falling asleep sensations in your hands and feet, heart disease, elevated cholesterol levels, high blood pressure, diabetes, ongoing fatigue, frequent urination, constipation, or any unusual symptoms that your doctor simply doesn't have an answer for, you almost assuredly have toxic blood. And it starts early, often in childhood, thanks to some of the environmental factors I'll share with you later. For example, we see clogged arteries in children as young as 12 years old. Toxic blood begins its rampage on your health very early on, so you can now imagine how much worse this blood sludge is when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and older. However, common problems such as the ones I just covered are far from the only culprits behind toxic blood. Today, I'll reveal 3 other little-known risk factors that can create blood sludge. Factors that can tip the scale from sludge in your blood to young, healthy blood. Factors that masquerade as normal because they're not considered disease states, yet they cause tremendous sludge to form in your blood, making it more toxic by the moment. Now you may be wondering, what are my chances? Your chances are greater than 1 in 3 that you have toxic blood. That means you or someone very close to you is at incredible risk for toxic blood, along with a blood sludge that's cramping down on your veins, causing poor circulation, fatigue, aches and pains, and eventually even death. You absolutely must reverse toxic blood now, while you can, so that you can experience life as it was meant to be lived. Your heart, pumping strong and steady, sending oxygen-rich blood to every cell in your body. Your veins surging with life-giving circulation normally seen in people in their teens and 20s, giving you more stamina, greater energy, and longer-lasting drive. Your skin, smoother and more supple in appearance, simply from receiving that nourishing oxygen you're currently being deprived of. Your brain, once your blood has been detoxified, can finally perform at its peak, allowing you to recall memories once forgotten as you feel more alert and focused every day. And, as you'll soon see, as reported in a major scientific discovery made just within the year, a reset of your body's internal clock. When toxic blood is purified, and I'll share exactly how you can do that without so much as a prescription or visit to your doctor, every cell in your body can literally begin to age slower, and in some cases, even reverse the signs of aging from the inside out. The research I'll share with you in a moment will leave you grinning from ear to ear, because it reveals for the first time how ordinary men and women like you and I can finally enjoy all the benefits of living younger, simply by de-aging our blood naturally. First, I must warn you about something that has a 50-50 chance of directly affecting you. Toxic blood has now been implicated in the #1 killer in the world, heart disease. In fact, what you don't know about heart disease and what you must know is that 75% of all heart attacks happen to people with totally normal levels of cholesterol. 75%. That means you could pass every standard test given in most doctor's offices and literally keel over dead the moment you walk out to your car from a heart attack. What many researchers are saying is that many, if not most, heart attacks are caused by this state of toxic blood. The question is, why? Why is this heart attack epidemic continuing to grow despite having normal cholesterol levels? Why are so many medical mystery deaths occurring today? Why does your circulation suffer as you age? Your skin wrinkles early and your mind drifts off for no apparent reason. Today, you'll discover the answers to these questions and the bizarre story of how toxic blood has been known about for centuries, yet never taken as seriously as it is right now. You'll also meet a true healer, a woman who has dedicated her life to treating conditions like toxic blood using drug-free alternatives, natural herbs, foods, and practices that have been proven to reverse toxic blood quickly without the need for expensive and dangerous medications. Plus, you'll find out exactly how to clean that sludge out of your precious arteries and veins before the unthinkable happens. And you'll also meet what I call the circulation savior, a fantastic little trick to detoxify your blood and force it to grow younger. So for the sake of your own life and the lives of your loved ones, please pay careful attention to this short, to-the-point, and action-pointed presentation. First, you need to know that this subject is intensely personal to me. My name is John O'Dowd, and while I've built a name helping people relieve themselves of chronic health problems, this is not a path I choose for myself. I didn't get into blood health from having any traditional medical background, and I never in a million years imagined that this would become my life's mission. The only reason I discovered this breakthrough on blood health was because of a cruel, ravaging attack on my own mother. While my mom had been healthy for most of her life, at some point, things went south fast. Out of nowhere, she developed breast cancer, ripping her away from her work and steadily incapacitating her at a horrifying speed. After a scary surgery, she survived, and we thought we'd dodged a bullet. But it was only a glimmer of false hope because things just got worse from there. Her body started to break down, and it came to a point where we literally could not take the chance of being more than 5 miles from a hospital at any given time. Surgical procedures became the norm. The smell of hospitals and bedpans still haunt me, and the sounds of those darn machines going off all night, every night. It's an experience of death before dying. We couldn't even take a breath of relief after a successful operation because we knew another life-threatening procedure was right around the corner. And I'm not going to lie. Everyone in our immediate family started to privately wonder, whether they were religious or not, if God just was punishing us for something. The cycle would repeat again and again and again, with each continual operation getting more severe and recovery getting slower. At the point where a surgeon cut out one of her kidneys, I said, "Enough." As the tears gushed from my eyes for the 1,000th time, I decided I would no longer tolerate the looming possibility of my mother dying, which may have been a relief at this point, or her living in chronic pain and financially crushing misery for the rest of her life. I began researching everything I could about people who had not only survived, but thrived after being diagnosed with brutal chronic health problems. I wasn't interested in mystical, unproven science. I wanted verified results from real, proven experts who had achieved what 99% of doctors were simply unable to do. This search led me to Dr. Young. a hard-to-find and especially expensive doctor who specialized in cases where nothing seems to work. As expensive as it was, we knew we wouldn't be able to afford much more traditional medical treatments at this rate. So we put everything we had into flying my mother across the country to see him. As I walked my ailing mother into his care center and watched her face grimace as she felt waves of terror and anxiety rush through her, I was beside myself, hoping for the best, knowing I could do so little to relieve her fears. And yes, I was still a little skeptical inside. 3 days later, she walked out a new woman. It was as if she had literally been reborn. Her skin was clear. She could walk on her own easily. Color had come back to her cheeks. She looked 15 years younger. And that was only the beginning. My mother later told me that when she finally convinced herself to visit Dr. Young's office, the first thing he did was take a look at her blood. No check for symptoms, no questions, barely even a hello. Once he looked at her blood under a microscope, he knew what was wrong and how to fix it. Over the next 3 days, he tested a drop of her blood regularly, even hourly, to see how her blood was reacting to different foods, different breathing, different supplements, even different temperatures. And if you're wondering if you will have to go through a process like this, the answer is definitely not. We've developed a shortcut that saves lives and time that I'll impart to you in a few minutes. Dr. Young had nailed down exactly what was off in her blood and based her entire get well plan on that alone. And over the next 5 months, under his help, my mother's full and complete recovery was flat out incredible. While before we wanted her to just survive and comfortably, she now is out doing all the active things she loved doing before she got sick. And you can just imagine what this means for the potential of someone who already has pretty good health. What kind of leaps and bounds you can have once you have healthy young blood. It was this flat-out, miraculous recovery of my mother that inspired me to investigate everything under the sun about blood health and discover how tiny, almost imperceptible tweaks in your lifestyle can give you the blood of someone 20 years younger, and from there, help you become healthier, more limber and vibrant than you've ever dreamed. After my family had been saved by the power of growing young, healthy blood, I thought it would be selfish, cold, and cruel if I just walked away and didn't try to help anyone else with these breakthroughs I found. So now, I'm going to explain how you can use this knowledge to not only help clear up any problem in your own body, I can also take you and your family's health and life enjoyment to brand new levels of enjoyment and security, especially as time passes. You can probably imagine by now how terrible it is to have toxic blood in your system. There are many reasons why it can happen, and that's why it's so important you know the quick, practical solution, which I'll share with you after I show you what's causing it. In fact, there are probably 2 things you are doing right now that are increasing your risk for it. See, toxic blood is basically a good thing gone bad. Here's what I mean. In some situations, having your blood thicken up can save your life. The reason why we don't bleed to death every time we get a paper cut is because our circulatory system has an automatic shutdown system you probably know as clotting. Since your body can't survive if too much blood flows out of a cut, your circulatory spins a spider web of dense, thick, dry blood to stop the bleeding. In fact, if you didn't have this power, you'd be in grave danger with even the slightest wound. There are actually people with this problem, called hemophiliacs, who desperately have to prevent the tiniest cuts from becoming lethal blood loss. However, we're concerned with the flip side, where you can have too much of a good thing. If your clotting system becomes overactive, you can start forming clots without having a cut. In fact, a clot can even be floating in your bloodstream right now, just waiting to end up in the wrong vein or artery. At the first hints of this, you could feel cold hands and feet from decreased circulation, chest discomfort, erectile dysfunction, or you might be gaining a little too much weight, be feeling fatigued during the day, and be losing your hair a little younger than you'd prefer. At the most severe stage, a clot completely cuts off the blood flow and you get a stroke, or worse, a heart attack. Finding this out was especially terrifying because I've known people with strokes, and many get confined to a wheelchair, are unable to speak, and have completely lost the ability to take care of themselves. That's not what I want for you. or anyone you love. The fact is that when you have toxic blood, your blood is literally killing you and just barely giving you any warning that something's going wrong. In fact, some of the most damaging traits of toxic blood have literally no symptoms until it's too late. And now that you know that 1 out of every 3 people is likely to develop this condition, this is suddenly very personal, no matter how healthy you think you are. Whether it's you, your spouse, your siblings, or all of you, you can't afford to let this issue escape your attention for even another second. Now, as serious as this subject is, there is a rather uplifting flip side to this. If you do have these toxic blood factors and don't know it yet, once you get this fix, everything in your life may get a lot better, seemingly overnight. Do you feel tired during the day? It could be some low level of toxic blood. Do your hands and feet get cold, especially during the winter? Do you have some extra body fat that just seems to never go away no matter what you do? These are just some of the symptoms that toxic blood creates in your body. As you age, these issues become more and more difficult to fix. Yet there's still hope. You just have to act on it. Perhaps you're a bit like me. I used to feel it was just normal to get dramatically weaker and tired as you get older. That it's normal, even expected, to have less ability to exercise and play sports as you get older, to become more and more fragile day by day. That's not how life should be. And that's the silver lining to this journey of ours. My mom and me, we now have more energy, more strength, and are even more durable than we were 15 years ago. Now, when you follow the solution I'm about to share with you, you too can have the chance to have a whole new lease on life that nothing and nobody can take away from you. So whether you think you're developing toxic blood or not, what I show you over the next few minutes will dramatically improve the quality of your life, to the point where you're not only happier and healthier than you've ever been. Beyond that, your friends may be asking you or even demanding you tell them what you're doing differently. After all, the circulatory system holds the keys to your entire life, your mind, body, and happiness. I took all this knowledge I'd discovered while my mother was in treatment with Dr. Young and decided that there was something here for everyone. I reached out to others in the field to see if there were new discoveries that may be even more potent toxic blood avengers. And that led me to this amazing woman, Dr. Holly Lucille. Dr. Lucille, or Dr. Holly as she prefers to be called, is the kind and brilliant woman I spoke of earlier, a true healer when it comes to helping folks like you reverse toxic blood and all the horrific symptoms that come with it. As Dr. Holly's research continues, her partnership with my colleagues here at the Institute of Longevity have been able to bring toxic blood and the most natural solutions available to the public eye. In fact, Dr. Holly was named one of Time magazine's top 100 most influential people recently, and her research has gained national attention on television shows like The Doctors and The Dr. Oz Show. Likewise, the Institute of Longevity has taken even greater leaps forward to help folks like you who suffer from toxic blood, teaming up with top doctors, researchers, and scientists who are at the forefront of longevity research and are now bringing cutting-edge solutions into the public eye, months, even years before the media get to hear about these discoveries. Our mission is simple. We want to empower people to feel better, look younger, and live longer lives without illness, so we can all enjoy many more years of vibrant health and happiness with our loved ones. And together, we've devised a foolproof and easy-to-follow plan to help you grow younger blood. I'll reveal that to you in a moment, right after I share some quick tips you can apply today to help you reverse toxic blood. These are what Dr. Holly and I call the Quick Start Younger Blood Breakthroughs that will put you on the path to completely de-aging your blood and help you change every aspect of your body and health. The first one will make you smile. Giving blood will give you a shockingly healthier and younger bloodstream. This little circulation saver is amazing in what it does. See, when you donate blood to the Red Cross or any blood bank in your area, the body instantly starts replenishing your body with new blood, with healthy blood. It's a surge of youth pouring through your veins. And if you donate blood at just the right frequency, with the right amount of days in between donations, you won't believe how different you feel. Not only do you get to make your blood a bit thinner, you get to save a life in the process. You can feel good about literally saving lives with your blood, and at the same time, be saving your own life and making yourself feel amazing along the way. And of course, you get the added bonus of being able to snack on those brownies and cookies they give donors at the blood clinic. The second thing you can do is take some Japanese soy aspirin. Have you heard of Japanese soy aspirin before? I hadn't either until Dr. Holly mentioned it, and you'll be amazed how easy it is and how phenomenally effective it is at transforming your bloodstream. See, you may have heard that aspirin can thin your blood, which makes it easier to get rid of clots and have healthier blood. However, aspirin can have some rather nasty side effects, like stomach ulcers if taken too frequently. This issue was giving the medical community quite a hard time because there didn't seem to be a clean, safe supplement that was able to dissolve toxic blood like aspirin could. Then a Japanese scientist named Dr. Hayosuke Sumi had an amazing discovery. He was working on ways to improve human circulation when on a whim, he decided to take some of the natto food he was snacking on and see how it interacted with blood. Natto is a Japanese food made from fermented soybeans, and it's believed to be a key reason why Japanese people have had such longevity and health for the past 1,000 years. It's found all over Japanese supermarkets, and not surprisingly, the Japanese have a lower level of toxic blood occurrence, stroke, and heart attack than just about anybody. However, one reason natto never took off in the United States is that not everyone likes the flavor. So you can get a special supplement called nattokinase that has all the healthy young blood effects and none of the taste. And don't worry about running to write this all down. I'm going to make sure you have a chance to get all of this and much more in written form in just a moment. We're barely scratching the surface, so I want to make sure you have access to the entire treasure trove of information on saving your life, keeping your blood young and fresh, and having more vitality, energy, and power than you've ever imagined. The third healthy blood breakthrough is more important than everything else talked about put together. The most important thing you can do for your bloodstream and your entire body is having a young blood cleanse. Yes, remember that the key to health in your bloodstream and body is to have younger blood, and not young as in recently produced. I mean young as in having the blood of a teenager, with all the amazing physical advantages that comes with it. The fact is that while your wisdom and experience get stronger with age, your blood, unfortunately, does not. You may barely remember what it's like to have that powerful young blood flowing through your veins. However, you can imagine what it would be like to have the powerful blood of someone in their teens or early 20s. The energy, the strength, the stamina as youthful blood races through your body. This blood is part of the reason why people tend to peak in athletics in their late teens and early 20s, and why you see so many Olympians at that age. Despite the fact that they can practice for years and decades afterwards without getting the same performance and results. Imagine being able to flow through your day without needing multiple cups of coffee and being able to skip out on a few hours of sleep without feeling it the next day. Remember when in your youth you could be out socializing late at night, just barely get into bed for a few hours, and it just wasn't that hard to be on your game the next day? Those were the days, huh? Picture those days happening in just a few weeks from now. Take a look at the date. It's now just 2 weeks from today, and you've just bounded out of bed with a huge grin on your face. You feel mobile, alert, surging with energy, and for the first time in years, like your former self again. You take a quick glance in the mirror, and yes, you do look younger as well as feel younger. Your friends are curious. Did you get some work done on your face? Or are you working out a lot? How do you look so youthful so quickly? The day passes into the evening, and those nagging aches, tired, sore muscles, and feelings of your hands and feet going numb are history. And you grow more excited at the thought that this is all just the beginning of experiencing younger, healthier blood. Well, what I want for you is to get as close to that vision as possible. And the latest discovery published in 2 medical journals may hold the key to it all. It all began with a Frankenstein-like experiment conducted on mice. And fear not, this is not how you'll grow younger blood. I merely want to show you the power that young blood has and how shocked researchers were to prove what I've known for years. Recently, scientists have experimented with taking older mice and giving them blood transfusions with much younger mice, and the results were just astonishing. 2 concurrent studies published in Science and in Natural Medicine discovered key factors in young blood that literally reversed many aging markers in mice. Injecting old mice with blood from younger mice improved their cognitive abilities, along with promoting new neuron growth in their spinal cords. Researchers found further evidence that some factors in blood keeps regenerative processes going for a time, but then disappears with aging. That was the quote from MedPage Today. And let that sink in. The mice literally got younger. It was as if they were handed the fountain of youth and could now run faster, have joints that were more limber, and their faces seemed to just lose their age as time seemed to turn backwards. Now, we've not refined this process for humans yet, so we need to have a workaround system that will give people like you the best young blood benefits in the world, short of an illegal full blood transfusion. And together with Dr. Holly, we now have the ultimate plan to detoxify your blood and help reverse more than a dozen aging factors currently in your bloodstream as we speak. You'll get it all in our step-by-step blueprint called Grow Younger Blood. This is the culmination of my life's work in helping people worldwide improve their health, their performance, and their life. In Grow Younger Blood, you have everything you need to not only stop toxic blood in its tracks, you'll have access to the amazing real-world fountain of youth that gives you the blood of someone 20, 40, even 60 years younger, giving you a decrease or even reversal of all the effects of aging. And it doesn't involve any crazy diets or expensive medications or hospital visits. There's no way I can describe to you all the benefits of Grow Younger Blood. Here's just a taste. You'll get the quickest and most inexpensive ways to know exactly where you stand in your blood health and whether you need to just change a thing or two or see a specialist immediately. There's no doubt in my mind that this one section alone will be saving dozens of lives by stopping heart attacks and strokes before they start. And knowing where and how to test your blood health is crucial because there's such a limited amount of people you can trust with looking at your blood. In fact, in Grow Younger Blood, you'll find out why someone having an MD at the end of their business card means absolutely nothing when you're looking for a specialist, and how you can find a doctor that both knows what they're talking about and are completely untouched by the corruption from the pharmaceutical and insurance industries. You'll know the insides and outs of inflammatory markers that even blood specialists don't know. A close friend of mine actually had a heart attack after being cleared for all these warning signs, and it motivated me to find the real story about when your blood is in danger. And that's just scratching the surface. While my top priority is keeping you and your family safe, I want you to reap all the benefits and rewards of having youthful, vibrant blood flowing through your system. This includes you having the license to turn back time and stop, slow down, or reverse nearly all signs of aging. Being able to look a decade or more younger than you are, having joint pain and discomfort potentially melt away, attacking so-called normal aging signs like loss of hair and lower sexual stamina. You'll have the breath of life method for sending truckloads of healthy, healing oxygen through your bloodstream in less than a minute. And this is an easy, simple technique you can do anywhere. It costs you nothing, feels great, and gives you tons of energy and relaxation. You'll get the Blood Beautification Buffet, every delicious food that quickly and naturally helps rejuvenate your blood and make it younger, stronger, and healthier so you can effortlessly improve your health and vitality while you snack on foods you love. You'll finally have the answers to why skin can rapidly age and see what's really causing varicose veins, cellulite, and feet swelling for so many people. And if those things aren't happening to you, you'll be able to help your family members and friends who are struggling with these difficulties. You can be a hero to your house and home. Now you may wonder, how much will it cost for you to have all this and be able to grow young, healthy blood that improves your life on every level? Before I tell you how many pennies you need to invest in your health and future today, let me ask you a simple question. Think of all the physical problems you're experiencing right now. Whether it's related to your energy, your muscles, your bones, your hair, your body fat levels, your sexual experience. And think of all the health problems you want to prevent later in life. Whether it's a heart attack, a stroke, trouble moving or walking, being stuck in a nursing home because you can't care for yourself. If you took just one item from either list, present and future, and were only able to solve that one issue from this book, how much would it be worth to you? I'd be shocked if you wouldn't pay hundreds, and in some cases thousands, for a chance to reduce that problem even by 50%. What you have here is a chance to start knocking out both your current and future health issues, both things that frustrate you now and things that bring you painful tears in the years to come. You have a chance now to make things better on both ends. No matter what you've been through, you can't change the past. However, with this book, the present and future are in your hands, in your control. I can't even imagine what would be a decent break-even price for what I'm giving you today. What I'm going to do is give you Grow Younger Blood today in downloadable book form for just $49.95. That's most likely less than 2 co-pays at your doctor's office, which I want to help you avoid. You get all the information in easy-to-read format, and if you like, you can sit and finish it in a few hours if you're really ready to take the present and future you deserve. You can click Give Me Younger Blood now, right now, and start putting the shifts in your life that give you a powerful, healthy heart and young, radiant blood that packs your life with freedom and joy. And if you order right now, before this video officially stops, Dr. Holly and I have agreed to let you have a copy for you and your family for only $29.95. If you're like me, you've spent more than a single dinner out that you knew wasn't going to make you any healthier. Doesn't your heart, your blood, your future, your family deserve at least the same investment as what you pay to stuff your face from time to time? You may be wondering why the cost of this is so low. One primary reason: because I made a promise to my mother. That may sound silly. However, I said I would devote my life's work to uncovering the youth-enhancing properties of young blood and help others avoid toxic blood like the plague that it is. Even so, I had a huge dilemma on this. Do you charge what an item is worth, or do you charge what will get it into the most hands? I could just sell this information as a high-end, high-price seminar for the rich and let just 1% of your country have access to it, leaving everyone else to just struggle on their own. And that just felt wrong. I know most people can't afford to spend a lot of money in this economy, and for some, spending $49.95 or even $29.95 may be the most they can possibly do. And Dr. Holly's passion is to spread the word about treating conditions like toxic blood using safe, all-natural methods. So we both agreed to charge literally the least we can without totally devaluing the information. If you're wondering why we're not just giving it away for free, it's because one thing I am sure of is that most people will never finish or even start a book that they didn't have to pay a dime for. I would be utterly cruel to give this away for the same price as a Motel mini shampoo bottle, knowing that the people who need it the most will not think it's valuable enough to read. And I'm actually a little scared that $29.95 and even the full price at $49.95 is too low. If I find that people are more likely to apply the information, to actually use it if I charge $299 or more, I will be honor-bound to raise the price, for the sake of everyone suffering from current and future blood tragedies. So click Give Me Younger Blood now, right now, and get Grow Younger Blood while it's at its rock-bottom lowest price ever. You'll get taken to a secure payment page and be able to download the book in minutes. And you can be reading it on your phone, your Kindle, or your computer right away. And to make this even more valuable for you, I'm going to give you 3 amazing bonus gifts as a thank you for getting started today. The first special bonus you're going to get is maximum memory. I know how hard it is to see people begin to forget as they age. Not just losing track of where they put their keys, but starting to forget lifetime events, especially ones that are important to their family. I created Maximum Memory to help you not only stave off memory loss, but to help you sharpen the blade of your mind to the point that you startle your friends with how clearly you can remember things. If you're in business, you'll quickly see how impressive it is to your clients when you remember not just important details for your transactions. They'll be amazed when you remember the little things about their families, about their lives. See, when you remember what people tell you, they know you care, and they trust you. That's why I found that strengthening your memory is so important to every relationship you have. And that's why I've made this $19 special report yours free when you get Grow Younger Blood. And if that's not enough, I'm also going to give you my first time released report, Better Eyesight Naturally. Now, we all have different levels of eyesight, no matter how old or young we are. What I want to do for you in this manual is help you keep your eyes as sharp as possible throughout your entire life. There's no reason you need to be dependent on extra heavy glasses or need large print books or be unable to read at all, as a lot of elderly people experience and are embarrassed to admit. With better eyesight naturally, you'll know the exact steps to not only preserve your eyesight, you'll know how to potentially improve your eyes so you see even better than you did years ago. You can download this $19 special report for free when you get Grow Younger Blood. And now to my favorite, and maybe your favorite too. It's no secret that having healthy circulation and youthful blood can make sex 100 times better, no matter how old or young you are. In fact, if your blood flow is not working right, sex may not even be possible as you age. When I realized that a number of clients were getting Grow Younger Blood purely to enhance their sexual performance, I thought it was time I made a separate manual on the subject. Hot-Blooded is where I tell you everything you need to know to rapidly increase the passion, frequency, and enjoyment of your love and sex life. Whether you've struggled with erectile dysfunction, loss of libido, or even if you just want to step things up a bit in the bedroom, Hot-Blooded will show you exactly how your blood health is connected to your sexual powers and what steps you can take to enjoy sex more and perform more impressively than you ever have before. This special report could easily be sold for $39 on its own. However, when you get Grow Younger Blood today, it's yours free. So to sum it up, you get Grow Younger Blood, valued at $49.95. Maximum Memory, valued at $19. Better Eyesight Naturally, valued at $19. And Hot-Blooded, valued at $39. Adding all these together, you have $126.95 worth of value. And you get it all for just $29.95, saving almost $100. I'm not sure how I can possibly make this deal better for you. And just in case you want to be absolutely sure that you're investing in the right thing, I'm giving you a complete 100% unconditional money-back guarantee that's available to you for the next 60 days after purchase. Let me explain how this works. I want you to download the book by clicking Give Me Younger Blood Now and start reading it. It's very easy reading, so it shouldn't take you very long to get through it. For the next 60 days, just apply some of the material. If you don't feel real-world, measurable, beautiful changes in your life right now, then please, write to my friendly customer service staff, and you'll have your money transferred right back to you, no questions asked. And I'm not even going to quiz you and see if you've even read it before refunding your investment. If you purchase at the temporary ultra-low price of $29.95 and just don't get around to reading it, if you get busy and decide you'll worry about your heart and health another time, then sure, I'll refund your money. If this happens, I'll feel very sad that you didn't at least try to see how wonderful your life can be, and I'll still give you your money back. Remember, this guarantee is unconditional. So even if you read it, love it, and feel 300% better over the next month, then yes, you can still request a guarantee and I'll give it to you. Some people will try to take advantage of me by doing just that, asking for a refund after they've received phenomenal benefits from Grow Younger Blood. And while I don't like that, I still want to keep this policy in place so this material can reach people like you and all of your loved ones. Now, whether you want to save your body or not, I am professionally bound to urge you, do not put this off under any circumstances. Do not wait another day. Do not wait even another minute before clicking Give Me Younger Blood Now, right now. I'm not even talking about how this price will double, triple, and even exponentially rise before you have the chance to get Grow Younger Blood again. I'm talking about the worst-case scenario, the situation that haunts my dreams. When someone like you hears this information and you know what you must do for yourself and your family, my worst fear is that you step away and forget, that you get on with your day-to-day life and Grow Younger Blood becomes a distant memory. You live your life like most people do and assume it's typical and normal to get those nasty aches, those diseases, and these life-crushing disabilities as you age. Not only are your later years an ongoing struggle, you've also missed out on having all the fun, vibrancy, energy, and beauty your life is offering you right now. You grow older, missing out on what could have been, and your family and loved ones end up suffering the same fate. That's not what I want for you. So I ask you, for your own benefit, for the benefit of everyone you love, click Give Me Younger Blood Now. and start having the young, healthy blood and the superb health and body you deserve. This is a 100% money-back guarantee, so you have literally, positively nothing to lose and absolutely everything to gain. So now you can do one of three things. You can walk away and pretend you and I never had this conversation. You can forget that you know how toxic your blood may be becoming with every passing day. You can try to forget that your closest loved ones, your family, may have less time around you than they ever dreamed. And if that's your choice, there's not much I can do about it. Some people just don't want to face reality. The second choice is that you can try to half-ass this all on your own. You can do your best to do the little details you remember from this presentation. You can try to give blood and hope you're doing it at the right frequency. You can look for some natto or nattokinase in the store and hope you're taking the right dose. You can do some research on your own. You can get some blood tests and hope they're with the right people. You can pray that the person doing your blood test is honest and they're not secretly trying to sell you on a prescription medication with nasty side effects. However, I think you'll see that doing all of this on your own to save a measly $29.95 is silly and frankly, just sad. You will spend more than $29.95 trying to do this on your own, whether it's on medical copays, overpriced supplements, or just lost time at the workplace if you get sick from making a mistake. And most likely, if you try doing this on your own, you'll spend your money with the wrong people, with people who are either honestly misinformed or who are profiting from you not knowing what's in Grow Younger Blood. And I deeply hope that this does not happen. Because at this moment, it's still legal for some licensed doctors and pharmaceutical companies to withhold information that could literally save your life. So honestly, get the book or don't. Though whatever you do, don't try doing this on your own. It's not just less likely to work. You could make the whole situation worse. You'll spend more and get less, and that includes less years on the planet. And obviously, you have the third option, the right one. The true one. You can click the button you see below right now that says Give Me Younger Blood Now and have access to all the healing freedom of Grow Younger Blood in mere minutes. Even if you're only half convinced at this point, you still know that $29.95 is a few pennies compared to what you already spend on health expenses for a single year, let alone a lifetime. And you have a 100% money-back guarantee you can use even if the book does everything it says it will. So click Give Me Younger Blood Now and be on your way to having your life transformed in unimaginable levels. You have access to the real-life fountain of youth once you have Grow Younger Blood. And the beauty of it is that you know all of this is backed by truth, by real, verified science. There's no guessing on theory here. And remember that longevity isn't just about your quantity of life, it's about quality. Your blood and circulation dictates everything about your health, literally from top to bottom. It's what controls how fast your reflexes are, how much nutrients you can absorb from your food, what you can eat and not eat. Yes, the health of your blood may decide whether you can enjoy that delicious piece of pie after dinner in your later years. And having toxic blood and diabetes can mean you miss out on those little pleasures of life. Healthy food is what guards your energy, your state of mind, and it can bring back everything you've missed about youth, your mobility, being able to tumble on the ground without a care in the world, boundless energy. Don't you want to be as close to that as humanly possible? Having young blood is, in my opinion, the quickest and most permanent route to getting there. Whether you want to be keeping up with your grandchildren in the park or keeping up with your spouse in the bedroom, you can't afford to let this slip out of your grasp. Young blood is your red gold. So click Give Me Younger Blood now. And remember how incredible it feels to have the freedom of amazing health. I'm John O'Dowd, and I can't wait to hear your story. Still here? Let me answer a few questions that may be on your mind. The first common question is this a book I'll get in the mail? Give Younger Blood is in ebook form. That means as soon as you click Give Me Younger Blood Now and complete the purchase, you'll be able to download the book as a PDF. From there, you can either read it on your computer screen, read it on your phone, or convert it to a Kindle book. This saves you not only shipping costs, but time in receiving the book, so I think it works best for everybody this way. Next question. How do I know this book will work? Well, I believe once you try out the material and grow younger blood even a little bit, you'll see a huge improvement in your life even before any medical tests. However, I believe you should prove it to yourself in every way. The book tells you where to get your blood tested and what kind of test to get. You'll be able to see under a microscope or from images provided by your specialist how your blood is literally changing by applying what you have in Grow Younger Blood. Remember, everything in this book is backed by hard, scientific research, so there's nothing really controversial here. Of course, I invite you to consult your own physician on this. If your doctor disagrees with what's in this book, then just contact me for a refund and I'll take care of it, no questions asked. It's your body, so by all means, do your due diligence. Another common question is, I've heard the Grow Younger Blood system can improve your circulation so much that you might look as if you had a facelift. Is this true? Yes and no. You'll definitely look and feel younger once you apply the simple steps found within Grow Younger Blood, and you'll also reap the benefits of having more peace of mind rather than worrying about your heart or brain giving out before it's time. However, you will not have that stretched face look so many people have after plastic surgery. The youthful appearance will be more natural, almost like a glow from within. The blood supply to your cheeks may give you a rosy young look as well, but again, it will look completely natural, because it is. Still another common question is, what if I'm young? I'm safe from toxic blood, right? Unfortunately, that's a huge misconception. Toxic blood can occur at almost any age, and most blood toxins begin well before the age of 40. The reason heart attacks happen suddenly, even without any warning, with the first symptoms being death, is the same reason toxic blood sneaks up on you without so much as a whisper. Toxic blood is a silent killer, and most of its early warning signs are really under the health radar of even well-trained physicians. Signs usually associated with aging or stress we now know are actually symptoms of toxic blood. And many of these signs include the general fatigue, sugar cravings, lack of mental focus, and sluggishness that are reported in people as young as college kids. Do not be fooled by your youth or lack of obvious symptoms. Many fans ask, can my kids use Grow Younger Blood, or is the information only for adults? We highly suggest you take your copy of Grow Younger Blood to your child's physician and have him or her okay the plan. Most doctors agree that the plan is natural, healthy, and beneficial for people of all ages. However, Grow Younger Blood was developed primarily for folks over the age of 35. One more question. Is this a really hard program? Is there a restrictive diet? I think you'll be very happy with the ease of which you're able to apply Grow Younger Blood to your life. For most of what I recommend in the book, you'll feel better right away, so it doesn't feel like something you have to do. Regarding diet, there are some foods I suggest you eat and some foods I suggest you avoid, but there are no hard rules. You can follow some of the advice while disregarding the rest and still have phenomenal results in your body and life. I think at this point, it's best you find out for yourself what having younger blood in your system is really like. Click Give Me Younger Blood now and start reading the book within 90 seconds from now. There's seriously nothing to lose. Like I said, your investment is fully refundable, so you're risking nothing. Life was meant to be wonderful. Don't waste another second to find out what's really possible for you. Click the button you see below that says, Give Me Younger Blood now, and we'll be in touch soon.